The time is at hand.
From Williamson, West Virginia, the gateway to the crackheads, this is In Dark Places. I've got some glitch in the Matrix stories for you today. One day, me and 5 or 6 friends were at the Las Vegas Sports Park. They had mini golf, rock climbing, a skate park, and a concert going that day. We all decided to go upstairs to play some pool. So all of us squeeze into an elevator. Someone presses 2. The elevator has a glass back wall, so you could look at the rest of the park as you went up. I watched the park and we went up, and the elevator stopped. I turned around to face the doors. They opened up, we walked out, and we were all dumbfounded as we looked around and found ourselves on the first floor. When I was about 12 years old, I lived in a house that had about an 8-foot tall wood door with a small window at the top. There was a screen door that you could see open and close through the window, but there was no way to see who was at the door. Additionally, you could hear the creak of the wood steps if someone was walking up the wood porch toward the door. My brother and I were home during an early afternoon. We were sitting at the kitchen table. We heard the creak of the wood steps, and we both looked toward the door. We see the screen door open and stay open for about 2 seconds, and then it was closed again. We looked at each other and go over to open the door. There was no one on the porch, but there was a white envelope inside the screen door. The only way to get it out was by opening the window on the screen door and wiggling the screen to get the envelope to slide down far enough to grab it. That process took about 5 minutes. When we opened the envelope, there was $500 cash inside. Hey, I want one of those envelopes. Anyway, to this day, I have no idea how the person was able to get the envelope into the screen door so fast, or who did it. I was maybe 10 or 11. We had this old, tall bookshelf in the living room that leaned. We had it for years, and even though it was a cheap bookshelf, it stood strong. Well, one day I happened to offhandedly tell my parents that they should take all the books off the shelf and get rid of it, since it could fall soon. And this was around 7 p.m., whatever. The night wore on, and I was trying to sleep. My parents were watching a comedy movie in the living room and laughing obnoxiously loud. I began to get mad since I was trying to sleep. Almost as soon as I got really angry, all of a sudden I heard a loud crash. And, oh crap. Puzzled, I go into the living room to find the bookshelf not only fell, but it fell in such a way that it knocked the TV off the stand that was a few feet away from it. No, I don't think I'm psychic. My grandfather died when I was 14. He died on a Monday night. I knew Tuesday waking up that he was gone because my mom had let us sleep in. She didn't make us go to school, and I was going on about my normal daily chore of doing dishes. And I saw something out of the corner of my eye. I saw my grandpa standing in our sliding glass door. It wasn't really him. It was just a dark, cloudy figure, but to me, it was Grandpa. I shook my head, shrugged it off as just me imagining things. It wasn't until maybe about 30 seconds later when my sister came running in from the backyard through the same slider, yelling, "I saw Grandpa! I saw Grandpa!" And then it hit me. I started crying and I said goodbye to him. It was my freshman year of high school. The next 3 years it snowed on my birthday. A couple of things to consider. I live in Seattle and we barely get any snow, let alone in March. Also, it was only enough for me to see it was snowing before it would stop. And again, I thought I was imagining things. I didn't pay attention my sophomore year, and it was the first time it happened. My junior year again, I was washing dishes and then I looked up and saw snow. I thought, that's odd, 2 years in a row. My senior year, I was sitting in my math class when one of the other students disrupted the lesson to yell, "It's snowing!" And that's when I knew it couldn't be a fluke or my imagination. That was the last year it happened, though. And as far as high school, I moved to Southern California. I guess Grandpa didn't have enough power to make it snow there. And that's about all of the Glitch in the Matrix stories for right now. I'll see you in a couple days with a few more. Thanks for listening. God bless.